Welcome back, Frenzy Head Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the new year of 2019. I hope everybody had a great vacation. If you got a vacation, 2 weeks off for the Frenzy. We're back in the new year here, getting things rolling again. So welcome back, everybody. Again, I hope everybody enjoyed their break. Wow. What a change in the weather, huh? It's a bit cold outside. Colder than I think it was the entire, pretty much, break that I had. But it's good to be back. Back to the show again. Back to things going on. What do you guys think of the bowl season this year, huh? We'll be getting to that in just a few minutes as we go over all our bowl games that we had on our sheets. But yes, another NCAA football season over with for the year, for the time being, and lots of things happening in the sports world already too. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. And we'll get into episode 15, which was our bowl game special. We'll go through and let's see, what do I have so far? Right now I have Mr. Boring got 17 out of the 29 points available for this week's scores, and Ian got 14 out of the 29 points this past couple weeks of sports frenzy bowl game action. Tough to predict these bowl games, that's for sure. All right, so we're jumping in and going. We'll just go with. Let's see what we have here. In the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl, we had FIU over the Toledo Rockets, 35-32. In the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, we had BYU over Western Michigan, 49-18. In the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, we had Wake Forest over Memphis, 37-34. We had Army over Houston. Calm down, Mad Pug. Get over here. This is the grumpy pug on the show tonight, Lucy, who is hanging out in the Sports Frenzy Cave and barking at who knows what. And then there's your old familiar buddy here. Come here, Zeke. Ugh. Here's Zeke. He likes to make guest appearances on the show. Don't you, buddy? Anyway, back to... We had Army over Houston, and this has probably got to be our biggest destruction game of all, out of all these, I believe. Army just destroyed Houston, 70-14. They might as well just dropped a bomb on them, which they basically did. Okay, in the Dollar General Bowl, we had Baylor defeating Vanderbilt, 45-38. In the Franklin American Mortgage Music Bowl, we had, well, here's another one who was pretty close to that score. Auburn destroying Purdue, 63-14. In the Camping World Bowl, we had Syracuse over West Virginia, 34-18. In the Valero Alamo Bowl, We had a squeaker win as Washington State beat Iowa State 28-26. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. We had Florida beating Michigan, unfortunately, 41-15, as things did not look good for the Michigan Wolverines. In the Belk Bowl, we had Virginia shutting out South Carolina 28-0. And the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, we had Nevada squeaking by Arkansas State 15-13 was your final score there. I may have gone over these backwards a little bit. That's all right. It was a couple weeks ago, so. We got Troy beating Buffalo 42-32 was your final score there. And we had LA Tech beating Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl 31-14. Here's a funny one for you guys. The Serve Pro First Responders Bowl. Boston College takes on Boise State. They had a storm come through the game. Apparently a pretty decent storm. And it lasted for a little bit. So they canceled the game. And they never rescheduled it and never replayed it. So everybody got a point for that game. Because the ever important bowl game got canceled. Oh, craziness. In the Detroit Bowl, you had Minnesota over Georgia Tech, 34-10. And in the Cheez-Its Bowl, you had TCU. California over TCU, 27-16. The Walkout Independence Bowl, you had Duke destroying Temple 56-27. And the New Era Pinstripe Bowl, you had Wisconsin defeating Miami 35-3. So that was pretty good destruction there as well. You have Virginia Tech getting the win over... Cincinnati getting the win over Virginia Tech, 35-31. Stanford beating Pitt, 14-13. Here's a crazy low-scoring game for you. The Redbox Bowl featuring MSU and the Oregon Ducks. Oregon Ducks beat MSU and a huge whopping score of 7-6. Oklahoma State gets the win over Missouri, 38-33. Northwestern gets the win over Utah, 31-20. Texas A&M gets a big win over NC State, 52-13. Iowa winning against Mississippi, 27-22. Kentucky getting the win over Penn State, 27-24. LSU getting the win over UFC, 40-32. And the team from down below that nobody cares about, over Washington, 28-23. And then you had Texas over Georgia, 28-21 was your final score there. This game was not on our sheets, but congratulations goes out to Clemson, who played Alabama, getting a huge win over them. Clemson is your national champions this year. So congratulations goes out to them in a huge win. Definitely found a weakness in Alabama kind of early, unfortunately. For Alabama, if you're an Alabama fan. Anyway. But yeah, Clemson with a few freshmen on their team. Freshman quarterback. And not having too much trouble. So we'll see what happens next season. All right. That being said, it is time to get into this week's games. That's right. We are on Season 9, Episode 16. First episode of January. The new year. Pretty cool this week. We were able to, I hope this works out because this is getting frustrating a little bit. Hopefully this all works out for me okay. We got a lot of local team basketball action for you guys this week, so that's pretty sweet. Let's get this started. Starting off with boys high school basketball action. These are Friday night games, and they tip off at 7 p.m. unless noted. Now, you guys will know right now the show is all pre-recorded, so I'm filming on still filming on Wednesday nights with the hope that I can get up to some Hope games on Thursday. So I'm filming the show Wednesday nights. So all my especially my high school team scores are as of before they play Wednesday night. So these are all of what I have while I'm filming the show Wednesday for you guys to watch on Friday. So some of you guys might be, if you're strong followers of your teams, you might be like, huh, what? No, they played a game. Yeah, I noticed quite a few of the teams play tonight, which is sometimes why I do not like doing Wednesday shows. But, I adapt. I do what I have to do. All right, so our first game this week. Again, these are Friday night games, and this is boys high school basketball action, 7 p.m. We have Grass Lake. Grass Lake has 4 wins and 3 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the 5 wins and 3 losses. My home school, that's right, the Addison Panthers. Panthers not looking too bad right now. I'll be nice. I'll go with the local team. I'll go with my Panthers. All right. Up next, let me get my sheet down here better. Our next boys basketball game this week is a Pinckney. Pinckney has 2 wins and 4 losses. And they are traveling to and playing a team that some of us might know. We're talking about those Adrian Maples. Oh, are you guys back? Are you guys feeling it this week? Adrian Maples also have 2 wins and 4 losses. You guys ready? You got to make some noise for your team because they need you. You guys ready? Let's raise it up. Come on, let me hear it, Adrian. Make some noise. Oh, that's a little weak. You guys have been on vacation too long, apparently. Because I could barely hear you guys. Come on. I know you guys can do better than that. You can get louder than that. Let me hear you guys. Get loud, Paulson's room. Come on, Bowman's room. Come on, Hope Center. You guys can all make some noise. Let's do this. Get loud. Representing some Adrian out there. Do a little Hawkabania for you. Louder, louder, louder. That's right. Bring the noise. Because this week, to make you guys cheer even louder, I'm going with Adrian for the win. Next game we have for you guys, we have the 3 wins, 3 losses, Blissfield Royals. They're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the 4 wins and 2 losses, the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. And before break, I did get to talk to Coach Ron of the football team a little bit, and he did say that the guys do play from a switch over from football to basketball. So, with that being said, being that I am an honorary member of the football team, I'm going with the Columbia Central Golden Eagles for the victory. Our 4th game on the schedule for boys high school basketball this week is Morenci. Morenci has 3 wins and 4 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Britton Deerfield, who has 3 wins and 3 losses. I just feel like Morenci's a bit of a bigger school here, so talent might be there at Britton Deerfield, but I'm thinking the Bulldogs pull off the victory this week over Britton Deerfield. Another boys high school basketball game we have for you is the Clinton Redskins. They have 2 wins and 4 losses. They're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the fairly red-hot Madison Trojans, who have 5 wins and 3 losses. So you didn't think I'd go into the new season without my lemonade, did you? Still got my lemonade. I love the Clinton Redskins. And they're another one of my, teams where my family are and where I've been at one point in my life. But Madison is on a roll this year. I got to go with Madison on this one. All my Clinton family and fans are booing me right now. Still more boys high school basketball action. That's right. I told you, got quite a few games this week, so I'm hopeful. Hopefully, I can get all the scores for these games because man, that's sometimes I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It's a little tough sometimes with the high school games. We have the 3 wins and 2 losses Erie Mason. And they are traveling to and playing against the 1 win, 5 losses, the Hudson Tigers. I really try not to go against the local teams all the time. But, Hudson, you're making it very hard for me. I've got to go with Erie Mason for the win this week. I know my Hudson fans are booing me right now. Next up, we have another boys high school basketball game for you. See if I get the cards right here. We have the Hillsdale Hornets, 5 wins, 3 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against Onstead, who has 4 wins and 4 losses. I think I'm gonna go with Hillsdale Hornets for the win. I know I'm going against another somewhat home team here. Alright, gotta step off camera for a second as the Pugs have decided they no longer want to stay in the Sports Frenzy Cave. Just a second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Pugs don't like to follow the same schedule as me, apparently. They're bored with the sports picks already. Alright. On that last pick, I'm going with Hillsdale for the win. Hold on a second, got a couple of my games messed up here. Sorry about that. Alright. Continuing on with more boys high school basketball action. Again, these are 7 o'clock games. We have Whiteford. They have 0 wins and 9 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Sand Creek Aggies, who have 0 wins and 6 losses. And my saying, there's a classic saying I have for this one. This week, somebody comes away a winner. But who will that be? Aggie fans are not going to be happy with me. We got a new coach in place this year. I don't know if the team is. I don't even know if I told you this. Whiteford is 0-9, and Sand Creek is 0-6. And that is why I still think Whiteford will have the upper hand here. Oops. More high school boys basketball action. We have the Jackson Vikings, who have 4 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Tecumseh Indians, who are not looking too good this year. They have 0 wins and 5 losses. With that being said, I got to go with the Jackson Vikings. Even though Tecumseh's at home. All right, we got a couple of girls' high school basketball games for you this week. 3, as a matter of fact. Times to be, I'll say the times. They all have their own individual times. So, this first game, you guys, it's your first a 3-point bonus game. It's your first a 3-point bonus game. I forgot to give Travis time to queue up over there. It's first, come on, 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. I don't know, throat's a little off tonight. I'm not feeling the vocals very good. We'll see what happens here in the future. We got a blues game on here this week too, so we have it's Adrian playing once again. That means you guys get to shout it out loud for Adrian once again. Come on, let me hear you. The Adrian girls. They have 2 wins and 2 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against Pinckney. Pinckney has 2 wins and 2 losses. And no, you don't necessarily have to be super great to get a 3-point bonus game. You both had tying records, so I decided you guys get the 3-point bonus game this week. Shout it out. Let me hear it. Who's got Adrian? Oh, I can't hear you. You can do better than that. Come on, Adrian. Cheer on your girls' team just like you did your boys' team. They want to hear you out in the hallways there. Paulson's room. Bowman's room. Hope Center, they want to hear you outdoors. Let me hear you. A little bit louder now. Just a little bit louder now. There you go. This game is being played at Pinckney. I know. All the rooting and tooting I've done for you guys, I'm about ready to get booed. Because here we go. I'm going to go with Pinckney only because they have the home court advantage. I know. Don't throw things at me. Everybody's booing now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just remember, I went with the Adrian team. Boys tonight, so... Don't get on me too hard now. Settle down, Adrian. It's all right. It's going to be all right. Shh. It's going to be okay. Our next girls. Oh, tip-off for that game is Friday night, 7 p.m. So if you have the boys playing and the girls playing. They're both playing the same teams at opposite schools. You have a son or daughter that plays at both schools. It sucks because you have to decide which parent is going where, and that's never too much fun. Your next girls' high school basketball game. We have the Hillsdale Hornets. They have 1 win and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Onstead, who has 1 win and 6 losses. This game tips off at 5:30 p.m. in Onstead. Boys' games at 7. So this game, you don't have to worry about they're both being played at the same place. I think I'm going. I'm still going to go Hillsdale on this one. Go Hillsdale. All right, and your last. Yeah, I already told you. 5:30 Friday for that game. Your last girls' high school basketball game we have this week is Tecumseh. Tecumseh has 3 wins and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Jackson Vikings, who have 3 wins and 2 losses. This is also a Friday night game, and tip-off is at 7 p.m. I think I still got to go Jackson. I just feel like they're probably a little bit bigger school. Got a little bit better players. Jackson for the win. Alright, that finishes off our high school basketball games this week. Oh, that's a 7 p.m. tip-off too, by the way, if I think I mentioned that, but who knows. Next up, we're moving into college basketball action. And believe it or not, both Michigan and MSU are playing Thursday night, I believe. So their next game, Michigan's next game would be, it was a late game Sunday. So I didn't want to put that on here because of it being a late game. So our basketball games this week, college-wise, we have a few different teams for you. Well, still local teams, most of them. We have the 3 wins and 10 losses, Adrian Bulldogs. They are traveling to and playing against Hope University. Hope has 8 wins and 5 losses. This tips off at 3 p.m. And it's not a televised game. It is a Saturday game. There it is. Yeah, tips off Saturday, 3 p.m. And obviously these games are not on TV. That I'm aware of, or that I could find, or anything like that anyway. But with that being said, pains me to do this, but Hope has the better record. I gotta go with Hope. Next up in boys college basketball action, we have Siena Heights. Siena Heights has 10 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Madonna, who has 13 wins and 6 losses. This is a tip-off on Saturday as well. 3 p.m. also. Not a televised game. The records are still fairly close. I'm going to put a little bit of confidence in Siena Heights and give Siena Heights the victory. Next up, we have this Dominican school from down below. They have 10 wins and 3 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against, where's my Hillsdale logo? Give me a second. I've lost the logo. It's really lost. It's not even in my pile. Lost. I apologize for that, guys. They are traveling to and playing against the, I'll just hold this up blank, Hillsdale Chargers. Hillsdale has 9 wins and 5 losses. This game tips off at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Not a televised game. I've got to go with the Hillsdale Chargers for the win. Then we got the 7 wins and 9 losses Lawrence Tech. Traveling to and playing against Concordia, who has 3 wins and 15 losses. Tip-off for this game is also 3 p.m. on Saturday. And it is not a televised game either. Going with Lawrence Tech for the victory. And that does it for our college games this week, for college basketball. Moving into NBA basketball action. We have your Detroit basketball. They have 17 wins and 21 losses. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Roger Dodgers' other LA team. No, not really. He's the Lakers man. The LA Clippers is not his other team. They have 24 wins and 16 losses. This game tips off at 3:30 on Saturday and can be seen on the cable network FSD, which is Fox Sports Detroit. I gotta say, even though the Clippers have a better record, still standing behind the Detroit basketball. Our next game is the Boston Celtics. They have 24 wins and 15 losses. But they are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic has 17 wins and 23 losses. This game tips off at 7 p.m. and you can watch it on ESPN. Saturday at 7 p.m. to be a matter of fact. You guys know who I got in this one. I got the Boston Celtics for the win. And our final NBA game of the week features the Jason Boring San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs have 24 wins and 17 losses and are starting to find their way back. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against OKC, who has 25 wins and 16 losses. Count me amongst those who is loyal to the San Antonio Spurs. Have 24 wins, 17 losses. I'm going with the Spurs for the victory. Oh, that game tips off Saturday, 8 p.m., and it is on NBA TV, so you can watch that game if you have the NBA TV channel. All right, we're moving into college hockey action. And this next game is your second 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. We have finally the world's greatest college. That's right, we're talking about the Hail to the Victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! The Go Blue Boys. They have 7 wins, 8 losses, 6 overtime losses. And this is a rivalry game because they are playing that stinking team from down below that nobody cares about in the great state of Michigan. Their record, in reality, who cares? Will be the chants you hear at the arena. Who cares? But I'll give you the record just for the heck of it. They have 12 wins, 4 losses, and 4 overtime losses. This is a huge rivalry game. They will be playing 2 in this series. They play, this is the Friday night game, and it's not on TV. Puck drops at 7 p.m. But the Saturday game, I believe, is also at 7 p.m. And I believe that was going to be on the Big Ten Network. So, there you go. I've got the world's greatest college team. That's right, the mighty Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue! Next up, you have Miami. Miami has 9 wins, 7 losses, 4 overtime losses. And they are traveling to and playing against a pretty darn good team. The 11 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss. Talking about those Western Michigan Broncos. I've got to go with the Western Michigan Broncos. And your final college hockey game this week. We have the mighty Adrian Bulldogs. They have 10 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss. But they're going up against a pretty darn good team in Lake Forest. Lake Forest has 15 wins, 11 losses, and 3 overtime losses. The puck drops Friday night, 4:30 p.m. And it's not a televised game as far as I know. But like that really matters to me. I've got to go with Adrian Bulldogs for the victory. Go Bulldogs. Moving into your NHL team action. But I don't know what happened here, but this one really messed up on me. We have your Detroit Red Wings. Or is it your, do we say it loud and proud? Detroit Red Wings! Detroit Red Wings have 16 wins, 22 losses, 7 overtime losses. But they're on the road this week. They are traveling to and playing against, the logo disappeared, the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets have 27 wins, 13 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Doggone it, I don't care what the record says. I think the Detroit Red Wings come in there and get the victory. The puck drops for this game Friday night, 8 p.m. on FSD. You can watch it. Go Red Wings! Oh, here we go. All right, time to tune up here. It's been a while. Let's see if I can still do this. Me. 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 Hey. Here we go. We should be able to do this. Alright, let's try it. Hey! I said, hey! We got those St. Louis Blues. And I haven't done this in a while. The St. Louis Blues' record is 17 wins. And 20 losses. With 4 overtime losses too. Not particularly having a great season. And they're on the road again. I said those Blues are on the road again. They are playing a pretty darn good team as this week as well. That team would be those Dallas Stars. Oh, they always say the stars at night are bigger and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Dallas has 23 wins. Yes, they have 23 wins. And 17 losses to go with that. Which makes it way better than the Blues. But don't forget, they also have 4 overtime losses. Which pretty much ties the Blues' overtime losses too. Oh, the puck drops for this game at 9 o'clock. It's a Saturday night game. Not even on television. So I can't watch the Blues. Even though the record's not as good as the Dallas team, they're still the second team that I like. So I'm gonna still go with those St. Louis Blues. Yes. I don't know if that gets better or worse. I need a drink after that. Whew. All right, logos for that one. St. Louis Blues and the Dallas Stars. And you guys know I got the Blues. Well, the Blues the team. I don't actually have the Blues. I'm doing all right. All right, your final NHL hockey game this week. I put an extra game on here this week because, you guys probably get tired of seeing the same two teams every week. Well, how about those Vegas Golden Knights this week? Vegas Golden Knights, second year in existence. They have at least one former Red Wing on their team. 27 wins, 15 losses, 4 overtime losses. And they are traveling to Chicago Blackhawks, who have 15 wins, 21 losses, and 6 overtime losses. I like the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm going to go with them. They had a great first season. Putting together a team from everybody all around them. So, yeah, not bad at all. I see them getting the victory this week. That game is at 8:30, and it's supposedly going to be on WGN. So that's a possibility. I think there's 2 WGNs, too. I think the WGN... This WGN is actually the one that's exclusive in Chicago, maybe. Because there's also WGN America, I believe, which is the one that's broadcast all around. But you can check it out. It might be actually on there. I'm not 100% certain about that. I will have to check it out for you guys and try and find out. I say that now, and then I'll probably forget to do that. Moving into minor league hockey action. We have the Toledo Walleye, who have 28 wins, 3 losses, and 3 overtime losses. And they are on the road this week playing the Idaho Steelheads. They have 20 wins and 11 losses and 1 overtime loss, I should say. You know who I got. I got the Toledo Walleye. This game, the puck drops Friday night, 9:10 p.m. Now, you can view this game, through ECHL.TV. But you have, what they do is they have pay-per-view fees. You can do single games, or you can do a whole season, I believe. But whatever package you decide to go with, if you want to see the game, that's one way to consider being able to do it. All right, your final game that we have for you this week is the Belleville Senators. They have 16 wins, 20 losses, and 2 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Grand Rapid Griffins. The Griffins have 19 wins, 12 losses, and 3 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game Friday night, 7 p.m. You can just go up to Grand Rapids and buy a ticket and go to this game, or you can go to AHL.TV, and again they have game fees. You can buy single games, or you can buy a game package and watch any game you want. With that being said, I have the Grand Rapid Griffins for the victory. And that does it for your games this week. Now, after a brief drink for my throat, we'll get back to the get you guys up to date on some Sports Frenzy news. And if you don't follow us already, there are three ways you can follow us. We have the Sports Frenzy page on the Facebook page. You just find it on Facebook, request, and I usually jump on that pretty quickly to bring people in. Or you can also follow us on our Twitter account at SportsFrenzy1. And I've been updating that, getting back into updating that more and better lately. Or if you just want to watch the video again and you don't want to go to all the trouble of Facebook and all that, you can do Sports Frenzy or Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1 on the YouTube page. And that's the three sources I have right now for you guys. Alright, let's see. Gonna go to the Facebook page right now. Get you an update on some stuff. Oh, jumping right off the bat, we have some news from the Adrian College baseball team. Congrats goes out to Ryan Doro, who was named the Defender of the Year in the Texas Rangers Minor Leagues Awards. Well done. Thank you to Roger Schoonover for posting that news for us. All right. So one of the big breaking news things we got going on right now is there's a new wrestling organization forming called the Elite AEW Wrestling. Supposedly this company is being sponsored by, I believe it was, if I read it correctly, Carolina Panthers owner, who is a huge wrestling fan and wants to create an organization that can compete once again with WWE. So this is going back to more of a true competition days like WCW used to do before Ted Turner gave up on them. They have signed, I gotta tell you, they've signed a great deal of people already. They have Cody Rhodes, former WWE and New Japan wrestler slash every organization you can think of, pretty much. But Cody Rhodes, he is the AEW vice president, and his wife is the chief branding officer. So, but they have signed some big names already. Looks like Chris Jericho is on board with this. The Elite is on board with this. So there's quite a few. This I don't know when this league's going to premiere, or but we'll be. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about it soon as the league takes off. But yes, it is going places, and it's expected to be pretty good. Our condolences go out to Mean Gene Okerlund's family. Man, this was a big loss in WWE history. Mean Gene Okerlund has been the voice of WWE for many, many years, and I was very sad to hear of his passing. And the tribute that Hulk Hogan gave him this week on Raw was just priceless. So and welcome back, Hulk Hogan. It's great to have the Hulkster back again as well. Huge news I was debating whether I wanted to talk about or not because I'm really ticked off about this. But we have two, and I'm not even going to mention their names because they're not worth mentioning anymore. We have two current Michigan football coaches. One who served on previous coach Brady Hoke's team have jumped ship for the mortal enemy down below. That's right. Two of our coaches have left to go coach there. Not happy about this situation. Everybody says, well, you got to go where it takes you for better money. I disagree with that. I would not do that. I'm sorry. I would not leave Michigan to go to my mortal enemy. That would not happen. You don't do things like that. Somewhere else offers you something, I would do it. But I would consider it, Consider it. Because I love Michigan. So this doesn't show a lot of loyalty right now. And I do think when these guys show their face, they're not going to be able to they're going to have to show up last minute because they're not going to be able to show their faces at Michigan Stadium again without getting booed like crazy. It appears, so there are a couple of different arena football leagues. The one that we see televised, I thought was, because I keep thinking to myself, where has all the arena football teams gone? Well, there's another arena football league, and I don't know where they play at or if it's even televised games. But it appears that the televised arena football league, if they even come together this season, is losing another team, as the Orlando Predators are expected to join another league this season. And because, I'm almost an hour and 10 minutes into the show. Because I'm already it's a long show this week, I'm going to end on the note that Kenny Omega has departed New Japan Wrestling, and some say this is going to be including Jamie Rose. I've been talking to him about this. Some think Kenny Omega will be making his debut at the Royal Rumble this year. So stay tuned for more notes on that. So let's end there tonight, folks. That's about all I have for you guys at the moment. Always breaking news by one of the Nation members. That's the awesome thing about it. Nation members post updates as much as possible on the website. So stay tuned for more information on everything going on in Sports Frenzy. And I usually try to bring the information to you the following week when I can, if it's not too old by the time we get to it. Breaking news, just stay tuned to the pages. All right, welcome back once again, everybody. Thanks again for joining the show this week. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. We'll talk to everybody again next week. Take care, everybody, and have a great sports-filled weekend. And stay warm.